Welcome everyone back to North to Prem. In today's episode, we have a home fixture against Bristol Rovers of the Championship in the FA Cup, and then we have our final Europa League group stage game against Basel. Since you last left us, we have, where did we leave off? Tottenham Chesterfield. We've done quite well. We've continued our good run in the league. Ibrahim Brew, by the way, is a baller. He has scored 6 in 5 in the league. He's unreal. We then beat Bournemouth 2-0, Brew getting another one there. We beat Sheffield United 2-0, another goal for Brew. We lost 3-2 to City, but we gave it a good effort. I thought we might have just about... we were 2-1 down, then we were 2-1 down, then 3-1 down, then 3-2. I thought we might have just rescued a point, but we didn't. And then we also beat PSV 6-1 in the league, the Europa League, which has mean we have qualified. We are in the top 4, which is great. So we are going to definitely finish in the top 8. So we are going to go straight through to the round of 16. In the league, we are all the way up in 7th. As you can see, we've created a bit of a gap now with Villa. They do have obviously a game in hand. Some teams above us do have some games in hand. So even though we look kind of close to them, they're probably a little bit further away. I think if we could finish 7th, that would be a really good finish. Obviously, we'd like to do well in the FA Cup again, try and win that again. Obviously, we won it last season. And even Europa League, I think we could definitely give that a good go. So the league, if we can just finish in the top 7, that's great. And hopefully that'll be enough for some sort of Europe. Otherwise, we can hopefully try and get Europe through one of these. But we will be playing our game. We have done not really anything else transfer business wise. As you can see, Brew was the last signing and we haven't really sold anyone. So January, bit of a quiet one for us, but we'll just move on with it. For today's game, we obviously have Bristol Rovers in the FA Cup, so we've rotated a little bit. We've gone back to the 4-2-2. We've been playing this in Europa League and FA Cup as well, just to give some more game time to players who maybe aren't getting as many games. Just with it being 4-2-3-1, it sort of limits the number of strikers we can put on the pitch. So we've changed it up. We change it up for these games because it's the 4-2-3-1 I think is good for the league. Let's just change the skin as well. Get that awful instant result skin off. I wasn't just doing a rebuild video. Don't question me. Get that awful. I need to remember to change that before I start doing these. But we do rotate for the FA Cup. We obviously have a very good squad in the... a very good depth in the squad, so we do have the option to rotate. And this is the team that we're going with. Spike Brits comes in goal. He's our Cup Europa keeper. We've got a back four from Pong, Hadashok, Martinez and Sanchez. Midfield 2 of Medic and Carvalho, who's come back from his injury. He's been quite good since he's come back as well, so I'm quite happy that he's back from his injury. We've got Sergio on the right, Neto on the left, and then Lubicic and Sanchez up top. Gergic is currently injured, as is Luis Enrique, as is Maxi, as is Manesi. So they're all going to miss out for probably potentially both games today, but we'll see. But we are very much just going to enjoy these games. We really should be beating Basel. We should very much be beating Bristol Rovers as well. So this is kind of let's just talk about where we are in the series. Let's just talk about Football Manager, because realistically, we should be winning these games. But I think in terms of the series, I feel like we are at that point where it's going to be either just quite a few seasons of slowly building up Fulham into a team that can challenge for the league, or it's going to be we get a big move. Now, the good thing is we have brought in Ibrahim Brew, and we have brought in a... what was the point in that? Why did you do all that big VAR stuff just not to give it? Absolute. Stacey, you've got some explaining to do, my friend. Anyway, obviously we've got Ibrahim Brew, who's, he's probably a striker that can win you the league, definitely. I don't think we've got a goalkeeper or a back line that can win you the league. Maybe Frimpong could. I don't think the rest of them probably could. Midfield, we probably don't. Wingers, we probably do, I think, potentially. I think our striking two of, our strikers could win as a league. Dijanovic on the left. Not strikers. Our attackers could win as the league. I thought we'd be absolutely leather in these, but we're kind of struggling a little bit, aren't we? I might have to bring some of the serious players on if we don't pull our socks up. And it is Bristol Rovers on the attack, but they lose the ball very, very poorly. And Lubicic is that was very poor from him, losing the ball as well. Are we just a little bit complacent here? We're not giving it our all because we think it's little old Bristol Rovers. That is unacceptable for me. Even though I'm the one who rotated the squad and played all the kids. But Neto has a great chance. He had a great chance, and he's just, for some reason, he went with his left foot instead of just putting his right foot through it and putting it in the other corner where all the space was. So not really sure what he's doing there, but I do think we're at the point where it's going to be trying to slowly build us up, or it's going to be get that big top 6 club move. And realistically, I'd want kind of one of the big ones. I wouldn't really want to go to Spurs or Yeah, I don't know. It'd have to be like a Liverpool, Man United, Manchester City. I did Arsenal before. I don't really want to go to Arsenal again. I feel like out of all of them, that's probably the likely one. Chelsea might be fun. Really want to go work for Todd, though. Big Todd. I don't want to work for Uncle Todd. Carvalho running through now. Looks, well, he looks for an effort. It was very, very weak. Just a very side-footed effort. And we haven't been great here. I mean, we've definitely been the better side. Make no mistake about it. But, yeah, attacking output, a little bit poor. But it is going to be a late chance here. And hopefully it's not a late chance for them. But it is knocked forward, but we do win it back. Neto plays it up to Sanchez, who's got no one in front of him, but he does find Lubicic. It's good work there. He plays it through to Sergio. And Sergio, you know what? Sergio's done very, very well there, because that was really tough. The keeper flew out, and he's done really well, actually, I think, the goalkeeper. And he's just, unfortunately, been beaten by a fantastic finish from Sergio. We do go a goal ahead, so we don't need to go to panic station and bring on the proper players. I mean, these are still all good players. We will make a change, though. I think we'll bring Hadashok into the midfield, and then just bring Evans on at centre-back, because I don't really want to bring Bergamini on. He's not fully fit. Other than that, I think we'll just leave the rest of the boys out there. But yeah, I think, it's probably waiting for that big move, or it's just going to be trying to improve us every year. I'm enjoying it at Fulham. It's just, I don't know how many episodes at one club people are willing to sit for, because I definitely don't want to be here doing North to Prem for months and months and months. I do think with it being, unfortunately, started later in the Football Manager cycle, obviously interest is a little bit lower, but the rebuilds are quite popular, so I'm definitely happy to keep doing those. Let's bring Djanicevic on the left. We don't really have another left back, do we? We don't really have another left back. From Pong play left back. Here we go. We're having a big brain moment. Sergio at right back. And then we'll bring Brew on for Sanchez. And then put the other Sanchez on the right and Brew up top. And let Ibrahim Brew absolutely terrorise a Championship Bristol Rovers for 30 minutes. All these Bristol Rovers fans will remember the name Ibrahim Brew. I mean, he hasn't scored yet in 10 minutes, so that's disappointing. But nevertheless, we are looking good for it. I mean, bit of a disappointment. I mean, yeah, it's good to win. Obviously, I'm not going to complain about winning, but I thought we would have done it a bit better than this. So maybe not get too ahead of ourselves. And it is a chance for Bristol Rovers. And it was a decent effort. Good save from Spike Britzo, to be fair. He's got a cross and done really well to just hold on to it. So fair play from Spike. Looks for an option, just launches it up. And unfortunately, Bristol Rovers do win it back. And they do launch it up themselves. But again, we do win it. But it's played back and it's forward. And it's a chance for Bristol Rovers. And it is a penalty. It's potentially a penalty. It looked like a penalty to me. I think we might have blown this, I think we might have blown this FA Cup tie. No penalty. You know what, Stacey? You are just such a... I mean, I'm glad, but you are just such a little... I don't know, another word is just a faker. She just keeps faking it, pretending, making people think there's going to be a penalty, and then just, nope, pulled the rug out from you. But Lubicic is fouled, but Ibrahim Brew... I'm in love. I love him. He just scores every time I play him. He's just that Football Manager player where you just look at his stats and you're like, yeah, they're good. And then you play him and he just scores every single game. He is unreal. We've paid a fair bit of money for him, a fair bit of our cash, but it's going to be worth every penny. He's going to be the type of player that gets you top four, that gets you in the Champions League. And we haven't had Champions League yet. I don't think we're going to get it this season. Unless, if we win the Europa League, we would get in the Champions League, wouldn't we? So that would be, that's definitely one we should be trying to win, actually, as much as I want to win the FA Cup to try and get in, Europa again. And I want to finish top 7 to at least get Conference League. If we could win the Europa League, we could get Champions League, and we won't finish top 4. I'm pretty sure we won't finish top 4. So if we can do that, that would be good. It's not over yet. It's just the top teams aren't really dropping points. So I think we'll do well. I think we'll have a very strong start end to the season. And I think now Brew's in. I think we've got that proper striker. I think Djanicevic has been better on the left since he's been forced out there. But a 2-0 win in the end, decent result, and we will progress into the next round of the FA Cup. So for our second game of the episode, we are at home for our last game in the Europa League group stage to Basel. It would be nice to win. It really doesn't matter. We're still qualified in top 4 anyway. So we are going to rotate the team. We'll just chuck Gergic on the bench. Do we want to make any changes? Bergamini. Yeah, we'll bring Bergamini on for Medic. Just looking. Gergic can come on as well for a Neto. Just looking at fitness. Other than that, we'll leave the team as it is. Obviously, good result against Bristol Rovers. Decent. Oh god, I'm always like hiccuping in these videos. Decent result against Bristol Rovers. I think it's because I drink a lot of water in between the little recordings, so it just burping and hiccuping the water back up. But it doesn't matter. We do have a chance here. Martinez plays it through to Lubicic, who has definitely seems to have gone back into his shell a little bit since Ibrahim Bruce come in. I think Bruce just overshadowed him. We all loved Lubicic and his goals, but Ibrahim Bruce just unreal. So I think he's just showed him up a little bit, but it doesn't matter. We still like Lubicic. He does have a bit of interest in him from Saudi, so obviously we paid a fair chunk for Lubicic, and financially we could use the money. So if one of the big Saudi teams did come in with like a 50-60 million pound offer for him, we'd probably take him, just because we do have so many players who can play up top. Pablo Sanchez puts it in back of the net, but the referee's going to take a look at it. I do like the Basel kit. I'll tell you what, I do like the Basel kit, but I wonder if Basel would be a good rebuild, because they haven't won the league in a while, have they? That could be one. I might put that down on my notes, actually. Little Basel rebuild. Problem is, I think you could probably do it in one season. I try to avoid one season once, but sometimes I'm just too good at the game. Sometimes I get sacked as well, so maybe I'm just not that good. But we are looking decent here in this game. Sanchez on the left-hand side, whips it in, doesn't find anyone, but Sergio will pick up the loose ball. And I tell you what, Sergio, I'm starting to think he might just be better than Pereira. Frimpong whips one in. Gergic is there from back from his injury. He gets on the score sheet. It's I don't know how you say it. Tihomia. Gergic scores. It's Fulham 2, Basel 0, and we are up in third. Look at that. I think Man United and Juve are going to win every game, and from their corner, I mean, that's very poor. Plays it through. Sanchez has plenty of options to pick out. Finds Gergic, who's got Sergio on the right. Falls to him. Lovely take, and Sergio, what a finish. 3-0 now. And we are looking very, very good for it. And I think what we'll probably do in the next episode is come back for the second leg and like a Premier League game. So I was thinking of just coming back each time for the Europa League knockouts, but I don't know if that's exciting. I think it's better to see maybe the second leg and like a Premier League game, or a Premier League game in the second leg, or maybe like an FA Cup game in the second. It just depends on the schedule, but we'll take a look, and I think we probably won't know where we'll come back for, to be honest, at the end of this episode. But we'll have an idea of when those fixtures are, and because they might come together as well, so there might not be a chance to do like one game then another game. If they're right next to each other. I don't know how it's gonna pan out. It would be quite odd if there was two Europa League games just next to each other and no league or cup game in between. But if we are going to do one, it'll be, we'll do the second leg, not the first leg. So we're looking good for it though. 3-0 here. We will make a couple of changes at half time just to give some legs, just to give some fresh legs on, give some people some game time. But we are very much in need of probably a couple of youngsters who just get to come on in situations like these, because we did have Rowan Presland, who I used to love bringing on for these situations just to give some of our first teamers a rest, but he left to Leicester for a lot of money, so we probably could use some more youngsters, but with potential, who maybe not ready for the first team. But we don't really have the money at the minute. We are very much spending a lot on good quality players, but it's 4-0 now. Very easy stuff. We are unbeatable. We are very, very good. We'll bring Brew on because I want to keep showing you Brew because he is unreal. We'll put Sanchez on the right. Ibrahim Brew is an attacking forward. He is very much an advanced forward, sorry. So it does match him quite good. We'll bring Medic on just to give Rosivaldo a bit of a rest, and he's also on a yellow. We'll bring Evans on at right back, give Frimpong a rest. And Gergic can also come off for a Neto. We'll make those changes. We'll look very good here. We have looked very, very good. I would think we have a good chance of winning the Europa League. I think obviously teams like Man United, Juve, that's going to be the tough fixtures, but we might not come against them. They hopefully might get knocked out by someone a bit weaker, and then we could play them. But you never know. Hopefully we don't get them straight away in the round of 16. That would be awful. I'd like to go on a cup run. I really would. We've already won the FA Cup, so I'm less focused on that, but I still want to try and win the FA Cup. I can't believe we won the FA Cup in the Championship. I don't know if I've ever done that before. I feel like I underplayed how big of an achievement that is. Has that ever happened? I don't think that's ever happened in real life. I know Wigan won it and then went down, but I don't know if a team in the second division's ever won it. I think it's happened in other leagues. I'm pretty sure in was it maybe Switzerland? Or, I mean, we're playing Basel, so it would be funny if it was Switzerland, but I'm sure a team in Switzerland or somewhere won the cup and they were in the second division. I'm pretty sure it might have happened in Germany as well. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know of any teams in the second division that have won a cup, because that would be really fun to read about. But we are winning 5-0 now. I mean, it's just very comfortable. I don't know what to talk about. We're just absolutely battering them. Brew now. I mean, I just love Ibrahim Brew. He's so quick. His finishing is so good. He's just a proper Player. Like, he really is just a proper striker. Just very quick, great finishing. He's not linking up or anything, but he can play in behind as well, so he can do that. I think we've honestly found a world-class player. I really do. I think he genuinely is a world-class player, and I think he's going to be the very big difference maker for us in the league, because I think Dijanovic, as much as I like him, I just don't think he is that proper 20, 30 even goal season player in the Premier League, like 30 league goals, whereas Brew, I could see him getting close to that. I could see him getting in the 20s, even close to 30 if we get the right players around him. So we'll try and do that. We have actually brought in someone on a pre-contract who looks like a world-class player as well. So I think we've got a very good team building here, but it does look like we are going to win this very comfortably. Basel, I don't know where they are in the league, but I mean, if this is the kind of caliber of team we're going to be playing in the knockouts, I think we have a good chance of going far. If we end up having to play Juventus and Man United very early, we might go out early. It just depends who we get. So very good result there. That does mean we are qualified. We were already qualified, but we've done well. We finished third. I don't think you actually get any money for finishing third. I think it's only if you're first or second or something. My voice is going a little bit. Don't know why. We got some money. What did we get? 540k for a win. Some other money for something, and then deadline day, which we probably won't be doing much. So we did bring one player in. I forgot to show you him. He is joining us in next season. He looks very good. Ben Seger, French 25-year-old attacking midfielder. Probably might be 26. No, he'll be 26 when he joins us. He looks really good. He's obviously playing really well over in France for Monaco. We've already got one French attacker. Get a Frenchman in behind. He's very quick. He's very technical. Good passing, good vision, good off the ball, good composure, good decisions, good flair, determined. Yeah, good anticipation. He's everything you want. He looks unbelievable. And we're getting him on a free as well, because his contract was out at the end of the season. We have paid a fair bit for him. I think we're paying about 150k in wages, but he's a world-class player, and you got to pay up for world-class players. So happy with that. When we come back, I think we'll do Arsenal and then the second leg of this Europa League round of 16. I think that'll be a good place to come back for. So we'll play the rest of this. If we do anything else on deadline day, I'll let you know. But I think that'll be it. So we'll play up to Arsenal, then we'll play Arsenal and then the second leg of this Europa League round of 16 game. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of North to Prem, and I'll see you all for more very soon.